All right, guys, we're jumping on the Skyliner. So it's a nice day. We got some time. We're gonna jump on and see where this takes us over. I think the next one's the transfer station.
Hang on right there, please. Thank you. Weather 268, watch your step. Use your mains. Hang on there just a second. Weather 200.
All right, so we're in here right now.
Hang on right there, the white line.
And this is the Skyliner, so this is going to take you on over to the different resorts and areas that you can disembark. We're kind of doing a little bit of a tour today. We get a little off track, but I want to make sure we're getting you the right information, so just bear with us. And each one of these cars, you got the Mickey and Minnie right there. That's a beautiful card. I think that's a new one to the collection. You got the Frozen. I think that's the Mickey and Minnie's 50th anniversary car. Some of the cars are clear, so you can get them with just a lens out the front. They're good if you're doing video shooting and stuff like that.
Welcome aboard the Disney Skyliner at Disney's Pop Century Resort and Disney's Art of Animation Resort. We are on our way to Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort.
There you got Morgan over there.
To Disney's Hollywood Studios and Epcot International Gateway. We are now gliding over Hourglass Lake. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy the most magical flight on Earth.
And there's your answer, Hourglass Lake. And I've said it before, guys, but bear with us. Me and Morgan are working on the whole vlogging aspect of this whole video shooting, so we're going to have some boo-boos along the way. Feel free to write some commentary down below, what you want to see more of, what you want to see less of. Right now, we're kind of hoping to see more of motion in the cars because we're stuck here. Marley! They're all looking at you, Marley. Marley's sporting her bathing suit today. She wanted to stay in that. We're supposed to go over to Blizzard Beach, and that was all shut down. So we tried Typhoon Lagoon. That was shut down. So now we're doing some resorts today instead. And we're going to get some food later on, check out some stuff. We took a little pit stop today. Got to hunt down where these Skyliners are going. You ride them a lot, and you just don't pay attention to the different stops along the way because you're going from point A to point B. But this is a great way to get around over here. And I'm going to turn this around the other way, guys, so you can see out the back. So back yonder there, you see the Finding Nemo building with the white. They're little storyboards. And then you come over here to the, you're missing the whole like Lion King section that's hidden around the corner there. But this is the Under the Sea section. So this guy here has got all the little fish on there. And once again, in the corners of all these buildings, you see the Ariel right there. That's actually a big scrapbook. If you look, the pages going up over the building. So that identifies where you are. Ariel, you're in the Under the Sea section. You got Simba. You got Pumbaa. Well, you're in the Lion King section. You got the Haunted Mansion. You're in the wrong place. But once again, I got the bad jokes, guys.
In just a few moments, we will be arriving at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort. All passengers must disembark or transfer at this station. We hope you enjoyed your journey, and thank you for flying the Disney Skyliner.
All right, so it looks like this is actually the transfer section. We got it right. For some reason, I kept thinking there was an extra stop in there. So that's actually at the Riviera. So right now you're gonna stay on till you get here, and then you're gonna get off. Now you get to choose where you're going. Kind of like spinning the bottle there. You're gonna either get off and walk across this bridge over here to the right and go over to the Caribbean Beach. This is my favorite resort for converting into a pirate resort. And then you can jump back on a different Skyliner. They're all in here. There's like little sections. So you can either jump on the one that goes over to the Hollywood Studios over here, or you can go straight and it's going to take you right on down to the Riviera. You can get off at the Riviera, or you can stay on and it's going to bank you right around to the left, and you're going to head over to the boardwalk Then you're gonna go around the corner to the right. It's gonna take you over and drop you off at Epcot. So we're getting off here, guys. We'll see you in a couple of minutes. Ah, muy bien. So we just got off the Skyliner over here, guys, and this is the junction point. This is the crossroads of the Skyliner. So over here you see the sign directly in front of me. Way over there it says Hollywood Studios. And then you got this guy here, Art of Animation Pop Century. Followed by the sign over there for Riviera and Epcot. So if you jump this one here, this one's gonna take you on over to the Riviera Resort. This one here is gonna take you to Hollywood. Where are we going, bub?
I think we should go to Epcot.
You wanna go to Epcot? Well guys, I guess we're gonna get a Skyliner shoot in here today. We're going to Epcot. And there's the Hollywood Studios one right here.
Please remain seated, supervise children, and refrain from smoking in the cabins. Thank you. Para así seguridad.
It's a nice artwork on the walls there. You got the Skyliner at Epcot. Lonnie. Topolino's Terrace. That's actually a beautiful restaurant up on top of the Riviera. I got to actually go shoot that.
Bright yellow. Watch your step.
And they always make it more magical. It was just 3 of us before, but apparently now we're a party of 3. That's pretty exciting. We're gonna have Morgan turn the camera around for me. All right, so right now we're actually up back on the Skyliner. We're heading over to the Riviera and making our way over to the Epcot. So right now we're getting ready to leave. This is the drop-off, which gets you off to the Caribbean Beach Resort. We may come back here in a little while, get some lunch out there, but for now we'll just make our way on over. These guys are good transportation. If you don't want to drive your car, once again, I wasn't sure how I liked them in the very beginning because Morgan almost fell out the back of the Skyliner there. You felt like you were on the balloon in Disney Springs? But yeah, if you got your car parked on property, guys, definitely make sure that you are looking for alternative transportation so you don't got to go driving around and stuff like that. This is probably your best means of transportation because this is going to take you, if you're on the monorail side near Magic Kingdom, you've got the monorail going, you got the Polynesian, you got the Grand Floridian, the DVC Grand Floridian, you've got the Contemporary, you've got Bay Lake Tower, and then you've got the Polynesian, which is DVC and the Polynesian. Over here, this one's just bringing you on the other side. This is over to Epcot, bringing you all the way out to Hollywood Studios, and then out to some of the resorts. So Morgan can get a couple of the resorts if he wants right now, or we can spin that camera around and get some stuff.
Home to a collection of tropical villages.
So this is the main part down here. That's a pool. This here is an awesome pool. Years ago it was just a basic pool. Now it's like a big pirate gallery pool. It's awesome, and you got a cool little kids playground over there with the water, the little splash park in there. You got the big dumping. It's like a big tub that dumps on you. You've got your restaurants right on the water near the lighthouse there. It's a fun little resort. I like it. It would be nice, you know, even if they took half of it and turned it into a pirate place, it's all set up. All you'd have to do is paint the outsides, make it look piratey, and you're good to go. And then keep the other stuff, keep that there as the Caribbean Beach. Right over here, you've got the Bay Lake. Or not, sorry, not Bay Lake. You got the Riviera. I'm getting ahead of myself. Now the Riviera is an up and down resort. It's a hotel. So if you like the up and down hotel, that's a really ritzy place to stay. It's nice. The pool in the back is beautiful. They've got a nice kids section, a little water park area with the slides. And it's a really beautiful resort to walk around in. I'm more old-fashioned. I like the other old-style one-floor, two-story, maybe a 3-story. But these are the tall ones.
Thank you for
Oh, what's nice getting up on the roof though. They let me out up on the rooftop there so I could do some filming. So it was nice. They actually insisted I got out there and shot it. So give kudos to Disney for helping me out there. Yep. And now you've got the option, if you guys want to get out, you can get out right here and walk on over to the Riviera, or you can stay on. It's a little slow turn here going around, and it's going to bring you right over to the boardwalk. Now you're not going to get off on the boardwalk. You're going to keep going until you get over to Epcot Center. And I don't know why I call it Epcot Center, but I've called it that pretty much my whole life. It's like me going to McDonald's and ordering the McDonald's Big Mac. They always tell me, just call it a Big Mac. I'm like, okay, I'll have a McDonald's Big Mac. And if you decide to stay on, the doors are going to close. The opposing direction carts are coming back. Right there's a princess and a frog. Which one's in front of us, bub? Is that from Zootopia?
I believe so. No, it's the Tippins.
Yeah, I can't see it through
it's Yummy. That's from Zootopia.
From Zootopia. Well, your final option to get out, or you're going to stay on. They got a Ratatouille coming up, a Beauty and the Beast coming up. And this, if you decide at the last minute you want to get off, they give you one more shot, and this is going to take you right on over to the Caribbean Beach Resort. And you're on both sides of the waterway, so you can walk around the big lagoon there and the big lake and get over to the resort. This one's laid out nice. If you want some exercise and see some pretty sights, this one's a nice big walk around. And you know, if you get tired of walking here, or you just want more, jump on the Skyliner and go to another resort. You're going to walk around that. It's a nice added bonus to Disney. You know, I wasn't sure it was going to be a hit, especially with the, you know, threats of lightning and stuff like that. And they used to have the old monorail, or not the monorail, they used to have the old gondola set up in the Magic Kingdom. And I remember them taking that down, and for years you had the ski house there that was up where it let you off near the Small World ride. And finally they made it into the bathrooms over there for Tangled. But yeah, I don't know what the reasoning was, why they took that out. But these are definitely a win-win. And even without air conditioning in them, they're real breezy. Even in the hot, like right now, it's getting kind of warm outside, and it's like we're in air conditioning and we're not. Over here in the distance, you've got the Epcot Mall. I'm believing I'm seeing the Guardians of the Galaxy building to the right, that light bluish kind of like square. You can't really see out the windows of this one. And then you've got the backside right there of Epcot.
We are now
Looking
traveling
at back,
along
looks like
Buena
Italy
Vista
there.
Drive. This roadway and
Heading
the
on
city
over
of
to
Buena
the
Vista were
it
established
looks
in
like the
1969
American
when Walt
Pavilion
Disney
there. I
World
can't
Resort
really
was
see
first being
too
developed.
clear.
They are both named after Buena Vista Street in Burbank, California, where the Walt
See, I
Disney
think it's the
Company
American
headquarters are
Pavilion,
still
and then it's going to
located
take
today.
you on over to, it looks like China there. And then in the distance, you've got the Swan, the Dolphin, the Swan Reserve. I did a shoot for the Swan Reserve when it first opened up. We're gonna get back over once it pretty much gets a little slower down from the holiday here. And we're gonna try to do a reshoot of that, get through a little more of the building. When I first went in there, because of the COVID and stuff like that, and it being a new building, they didn't want too much walking away.
Pack your passports. We are on our way to
And we got
International
probably two
Gateway.
Disney people down below walking in the dirt there. And this is something I've said too all along. I really wish they'd, like up here, you've got the grass down below with the waterways, so you get to see a little bit of, you know, ambiance, I guess. You definitely put that in your tags, guys. It's going to give you a little more noticeability. Don't ask me why. I'm not sure I even like the word ambiance, but it gives you a little something to look at. Most of the Skyliners have this dirt down on the ground, and you know, some lighting, some decoration, some Disney characters, some Mickey Mouse, Goofy, Pluto, all that. Put it all down in there. That's a great decoration spot. Put some lighting in there for nighttime. that's a win-win to me. And if you look down up to my left there, you can see a boat squeaking in near the Skyliners. That's heading over to the Hollywood Studios. And if you guys haven't experienced that ride, that's actually a really good ride. If you want to head from the Hollywood Studios over to the boardwalk, that's a beautiful boat ride. Even a walk, it's a beautiful walk, a beautiful boat ride. Sometimes I come up and I just jump on the boat rides because I love the boats. That's a pretty one. You're going along and it's very, very pretty to see at. And when you're looking back from Hollywood, it's a pretty, the trail you see it going on, the waterway is real pretty. You get over to like Old Key West, some of that drive, maybe a little improvement in there would be nice because it's a nice boat ride. You just need a little bit more decor or something out there. Throw some sod down, throw some fancy lights down, some decor, light up statues. You got something real pretty out there to look at, especially when you're going over. But maybe there's some reasoning to it. I'm not sure. If you guys know about it, put it in the comments down below. And once again, if there's more videos you guys would like to see, put them down below. We always invite you to subscribe, give us some likes, show us some love, guys. We're out here walking day by day, which we're good with. Yeah, the more we grow, the better it's going to be for us getting better footage because we're going to be able to get into different things that we're just not allowed to get into right now. So hopefully we can get, some more likes, get some more subscribers. We're working on our press pass right now. I guess they got a lot of YouTubers out there, so we're kind of on hold. So hopefully soon we get that. I'd like to be one of the first ones to put out a video on like Tron, but we're not going to hold our breath. But I'm trying to work some deals out. Maybe I can get some kind of helper or something to get in there. And we're working. We're definitely out right now, hitting the pavement night and day, and we're spending a lot of time doing a lot of night shooting, and it's killing us because we're getting home at like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. But we're trying to get all our settings down. We got some new equipment for filming and stuff, and it's like every time you get something, it's like going back to school. You have to learn everything all over again. Technology doesn't always agree with either your phones or your computers, so you got to work on other programs to get stuff to work together. And I just want them cameras looking really good for going into like Tron. You're getting like a one-shot deal to get in there and get that shot. You don't want to mess it up. So. And I think we got one video out on settings right now. We've got a couple of made. We've got to edit them up. And we're going to get them back out there. But as we get changes made to our cameras and stuff, we'll send that information out to you guys. So if you guys are down here on a vacation or doing some kind of a one-day shoot or anything, it gives you a better opportunity to get what you're looking for without messing up. It's nothing worse than getting a shot and then you messed up because either somebody jumping in front of you or your camera settings are wrong. So
helping make your visit to Epcot a truly international exchange.
And right now we made the turn, and I'll turn around backwards. We made the turnaround behind us there. That's the boardwalk turn, and now we're carrying straight on through. We're over here now at the Epcot drop-off. So this is the Ratatouille ride. And we shot a couple of videos in there. Had a few of them that got messed up because of the extreme low lighting.
To all who come to this place of joy, hope, and friendship, welcome.
Yeah, we're hitting this place pretty hard, so we took a little break off of this one, so we're back on the outsides again. And with the spring break upon us and the Easter, we're spending a little time away from the park, so we got a little space to walk around and see things again.
Please supervise children.
Yep.
Collect your
and over to the left there, there's a boat coming through.
Thank you for flying with us.
I don't know if you can see it down in there. That's a short little boat ride right there. That takes you right over to the boardwalk. But behind it's the Yacht and Beach Club. That takes you over to Yacht Beach, boardwalk, and back towards the Hollywood Studios direction, which you could take a boat from the boardwalk over there. And this is the back entrance to Epcot, not the backside of water again, guys. Don't get them mixed up. This is the backside of Epcot. I've always loved this place, and that store over there is one of my favorite stores. It's like a tucked away store in Disney, and I always like to go there when I'm here. Years ago, when I used to just come down before I started doing the whole YouTube thing, it was my last stop to hopefully get that one item that nobody has. And sometimes you found something, sometimes you didn't. And we are heading out right here. We're over at the old Epcot. And this is where you're gonna get dumped out right here. So straight across is the Ratatouille ride. And this is the exit to the Skyliners. So see you guys again in a little bit. And we're back on the old Skyliner again, guys. We're heading on back over to the Caribbean beach area. We just stopped off at the Epcot. We're doing the whole run. We need to check out some info we got. So right now we're heading back over. Mr. Morgan's behind the camera now.
Yep, you heard him. We're back on the Skyliner today.
Welcome aboard the Disney Skyliner at Epcot International Gateway. We're flying to Disney's Riviera Resort with a final stop at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort.
He's panning the camera back right there. If you guys see, there's like a waterway that brings you right over to Epcot. That's a real pretty picture right there. If you get a chance to take a shot, this whole area where you get dumped off into Epcot, it's a beautiful photo op for so many different things. You got the Ratatouille area, and at nighttime, that's a beautiful picture. Daytime, beautiful picture. Epcot, you've got all the entrances from there over to the Yacht and Beach Club. That's beautiful pictures also.
Soon we'll be flying past Disney's Boardwalk Inn and Disney's Boardwalk Villas. This charming lakeside resort offers magical lounges, enchanting restaurants, and live entertainment on the boardwalk every evening.
And we've come to a standstill. Sometimes it stops, it might have a technical issue. Other times it's people that might need special assistance getting in and out of the Skyliners. Usually if it starts going real slow, you'll notice somebody needs a hand getting in with like a wheelchair or something, and they don't need to necessarily turn it off, but they'll end up moving it super slow. It's like a creeper speed. But we're still moving very slow, so. And over on this side here, once again, coming the other way, you saw it, we got the Swan, the Dolphin. Now the Swan is the little rounded side building with the big swans on it. The big triangle, which actually was going to be including the monorail years ago, or it was on the drawing board to include it. That's why you've got the big square window set up in the middle of it. So the monorail was actually supposed to go right on through that little hotel there. It's actually a big hotel. And it never happened. That would actually be nice to see something go through it, even a Skyliner. That would be kind of cool going through the center of the building. I don't know how that would be for wear and tear on the building now, but. Then up over on the right, you've got the big old
Hollywood Tower.
And in the far back, straight ahead, so if you're looking at the Hollywood Tower, straight on back to the left of that is going to be the Galaxy's Edge section back there. And you can hear the wind hissing through this right now. So it's actually a little warm outside. It's warmed up a little bit. And the wind's coming through, so you feel like you're in an air-conditioned chamber, so it's kind of nice.
Stations were designed to complement their unique environments. From the glamour of
Yeah, everybody
Disney
I think in the beginning
Hollywood
thought it was
Studios
going to be a little
to the
hotter in here.
islands of Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort.
Right now we're on the Skyliner heading to the Riviera Resort. We're probably going to hop off at the transfer station to head back to the Art of Animation. And we're probably going to get some food there. So, see you guys at the Riviera.
Hey! Marley! Hey! Give me a big high five. Woohoo!
Guardians of the Galaxy Skyliner.
We're actually on a cart just before this one, and we actually had to jump back off the cart. We had some people in the cart that I guess don't really like YouTubers too much, so we had to get out of the cart there and find another one. So we're here again. And here comes the, I don't know if Morgan's going to be able to turn that around in time, but they've got from the Moana movie, they've got the little coconut guys.
The coconut ones that tried to get the heart. And then right behind that you have the Seven Dwarfs.
And you don't got to worry about that guys with the coconut on it behind us. They'll get over here. They know the way. That was another nice joke right there. We should all say that. And all the different cars, like that one right there is the Princess and the Frog. This guy coming up is one that you could get if you're using your camera. You can request a clear one, and they're not always that clear.
Another coconut.
More coconuts, they know the way, but apparently someone's going the wrong way.
We hope you are enjoying your journey on this magical flight on Earth. We are now traveling along Buena Vista
Camera
Drive.
one.
Camera one. Oh wait, another camera one. Wow.
We have,
I sat one day for an
Another
hour.
camera one.
I sat for an hour shooting. I just took pictures of every single one of these guys, and eventually we got to get our photo gallery up. It's like an entire new website of just photos, and it's like so much time to try to get that out there. So we're probably going to put a small one out there just to get it out there for you guys. One of these days we're just going to take some days, come up and just do some shooting of some pictures and leave the video behind.
And to the left you'll be able to see the Epcot ball.
It looks like you've got, it looks like Morocco, it looks like you've got China.
And there's the American Pavilion right there.
American Pavilion, the Epcot ball, you've got the land. I see some Canada over there. You've got the ball.
It's kind of all you're gonna see because greenery is blocking our view.
In just a few moments, we will be arriving
And we
at
have
Disney's
Toy
Riviera
Story car
Resort,
coming up
a
here.
Disney vacation club.
Slinky
As
dog.
one of the most
And then you got the
picturesque
Guardians of the
vacation
Galaxy, the
destinations in
big
world.
blue building
The
over there on the
Riviera
left-hand
has
side. It's the
fascinated
Guardians of
and
the
inspired
Galaxy.
many great artists over the centuries, including Walt Disney himself.
And we've got an invite to the Guardians of the Galaxy. It's because of the annual pass holders, so I'm not sure how that is compared to getting the invite with the Disney
Ooh,
Press
that's a
Pass.
nice
But
one. There was a haunted mansion on that.
yeah, that was actually a really nice carpet. Yeah, so we're working on getting the invites to try to get our videos pumped out ahead of time so you guys can get them fresh before everybody else has them out there. But on the flip side, I would rather wait and make sure we're getting the good videos and make sure our camera's going to work in that. I'm not sure how low light that is. I know the Tron's a lot of lighting, and if you get it wrong, it's just a lot of
Hollywood Studios,
glowing
Disney
images,
Pop
so we want to make sure we can get some focus in on that.
Right now we're coming in for a
remain on
landing
board.
at the Riviera Resort.
And we said it before, the Riviera's it's like a hotel, so most of the like the Caribbean are the small 1, 2, maybe 3-story little buildings, and it's like the old school, old Key West. You got the Riviera, you've got the Caribbean Beach, you've got the Port Orleans, the Riverside, you got the Coronado Springs. Those are the ones that are smaller buildings, but then they built the Grand Destino, the Riviera. I'm not a fan of the high rises. They're pretty to see them and stuff, but I like them spread out. I like a nice walk around, and so I like the bigger resorts so you can just get up in the morning. I talk to a lot of people that send us messages, and they're constantly telling us that they'll walk around the resort, get up in the morning, and walk around the resort with their cup of coffee in their hand and stuff like that. So some interesting people. So it's cool, and that's how I like it. To walk around a hotel is kind of not the same feeling. The grounds are a little bit smaller, so if you stayed at the Riviera here, you'd probably use the Caribbean Beach walk around the property there, and it's a nice walk anyway, and then you could go back to the Riviera. But for me, I'd rather stay in like the Caribbean Beach, and it's different than the vacation club and stuff. The
In other
amenities
words,
are different, but
the Riviera is more formal than the Caribbean.
yeah, it's a formal, but it's a new resort also, so a new hotel. But the Caribbean, we stayed over, I think I've been at the Caribbean once or twice, and it's not the same as the DVC accommodations, but it's a very pretty resort. You know, you get in there, it's about relaxing, having fun. You can do that in there, but it's technically basically a hotel room like you would do anywhere around the world. Once you get into the vacation club, you're looking at different amenities when you get inside the building, and it's really like your own personal house in there. It's really cool. You get your own little mini kitchenette. If you get the smaller, the 1 bedrooms, you get the big kitchen. So I like the kitchen assemblies. I like the 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms. Yeah. But I got lucky, you know, my old boss back in the day when I worked up in New York, they took me down, and I think my first year I came down on my own was in '88, and then the first time down in Vacation Club, my boss's whole family bought timeshares back in '91, so we ended up getting the timeshare back in '96, so I locked onto it in '93. And then I ended up picking up my timeshare in '96, and it's the best investment since sliced bread. It really is. It's you never get tired of it, you know. So I'd recommend a vacation club, but
Para su seguridad, por favor, permítanse sentados, supervisen a sus niños y absténganse de fumar en la cabina. Gracias.
and we're currently at the disembarking station at the Riviera. So we're getting ready to make some way and hit the skies again, guys. So once again, if you wanted to get out and stay at the Riviera or go over and walk around the Riviera, this is where you're getting off right now. Otherwise, stay on it. We're heading on over to the Caribbean Beach. Where are we getting off? Pop Century? Or the Caribbean?
Hollywood.
What time is it?
It is 1:18.
Okay, well we can do this if you want and stop after that and grab some lunch. Get some lunch on time. We didn't eat last night until almost 1 o'clock in the morning. It's crazy.
24 hours ago.
Welcome aboard the Disney Skyliner at Disney's Riviera Resort.
Yeah,
a
not much sleep
destination
last
club.
night. Got
If you are
home,
just
ran in
joining
the
us,
house,
we
dumped
are
out
on
all
our
the
way to
cameras this
Disney
morning.
Caribbean Beach Resort
Got them all
with
cleaned up,
connecting
ready to go
flights
today.
Disney
Today we're
Hollywood
shooting with
Studios,
a combination
Disney Pop
iPhone,
Century
GoPro,
Resort,
and
Disney's
in
Art
that
Animation Resort.
dire need, we're going to be using the
Say bon
A7.
voyage to the Mediterranean. We are about to go island hopping at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort.
Bon voyage, I guess.
We use our A7 is mainly going to be used for the low light rides that are, or it could be in the resorts also, fireworks, anything that's low light that we need that wide angle on. We
Yeah.
use that strictly for the wide angle. We use a telescopic for during the daytime, but we really don't use that
We are
much because
now
we're always
sailing
out
over
slinging the
Disney's
cameras
Caribbean
around here.
Beach Resort.
Yeah, a
So-
fine example of a
Every day
low
feels
light
like a
ride,
Japanese
like Haunted
celebration.
Mansion,
Yeah.
something like that.
And it's fun playing with your settings because what works for one doesn't work for the other. So you're constantly shooting a video and then, oh, we got to jump back in line because the video came out awful. So, yep, so you're jumping back and resetting the ISO,
Yeah.
resetting the aperture on it and trying to get them right. It's like mixing a fine cocktail. You want the
In just a
mixes
few
to
moments,
be just
we
right.
will be
Now there
landing
again,
at
if Morgan can
Caribbean
swing
Beach
that
Resort.
camera around, that's the pool right there. It's a beautiful. If you get over here, Morgan, look out this window right here, bud. That's a clear, yeah, this window is super clear. If you guys get a good look at that, it's like super blue. That water is just beautiful down there. It's a pretty pool. They changed it years back and it's just, we visited again a couple years back and I was like, wow, where'd that come from? It's like a pirate's bunker there. It's awesome.
And as he said, we use the camera strictly for low light.
Welcome to the islands
but
of
we also
Disney's
have
Caribbean
some
Beach Resort. All passengers must disembark or
answers
transfer at this
to your
station.
questions.
Thank you. We hope you enjoyed the most
Posted a
magical
video
flight.
on our low light settings for our GoPro.
Please remain seated until the doors automatically open.
All right.
When exiting the cabin, please supervise children, collect your belongings,
And over at the Caribbean Beach here, when you get off the Skyliner, you got the old Jeffrey's coffee over here. I see all sodas, donuts, stuff like that. Little pick-me-uppers. I don't know if you guys can see the pricing in there. And believe it or not, that's not really that bad. That's not really that bad for the pricing here. Some of the lattes and stuff are a little higher, but really, for most part, most of the places in Disney, you're going to spend more than that on just your sodas anymore. They're getting a little high there. Hopefully they end up bringing it back down. And this is where we're going to be getting out, guys. So we're going to get out of here. We're going to walk over, and Morgan says he wants to end up heading over to the old Hollywood Studios, so bear with us. Marley! Well, that sounds nice.
Sounds like a jet.
Come on out. Let's go. Thanks. Once again, we're over at the junction point here. This is the Caribbean Beach. So if you look out to the left, this is all the property, and it's on both sides. So you got it over here. Then you got your little bridge in here. This here is going to take you over. If you cross the bridge, it's going to take you over to Port Royale. And we're going over to Hollywood Studios right now.
For your safety, please remain seated, supervise children, and refrain from smoking in the cabins. Thank you. Para su seguridad, por favor, permanezcan sentados. Síganse a sus turnos y absténganse de fumar en la cabina.
So they got two different lines here, and it says you can use either, but I kind of don't like jumping in front of, kind of don't like jumping in front of people, so.
You guys all together?
Yeah.
All right here, 316. Watch your step as you're going to remain seated for
Thank
the
you.
entire flight, guys. Thank you very much.
So now we're back on the old ride again, and by the look of the individual out there directing the traffic out there, make sure your kids are appropriate age to get on the Skyliner, because I think he thought my kids were a little bit younger than what they needed to be to ride it all by themselves. But we've gone, Morgan's been so many times since he's been a little baby. Being a DVC member, we're up all the time, so he's been so many times, I think they accidentally have him listed as over 18. So he gets a drink at the bars now. So this is a quiet ride right now.
This is a more greenery / scenic ride.
You heard it from Morgan, greenery / scenic ride today. So yeah, it's pretty much all green, and you look down and it's all gravel. So right now we're heading on over to the Hollywood Studios. We're not going in here today. We took a break on Hollywood. I think we're going back into Hollywood either this coming week or maybe the following week. I'm not sure. But yeah, we try to space them out. We try to figure out what we're going to do, where we're going to go, so we don't get tired of the same old stuff. Because we're in sometimes filming these places 2-3 times in a row, and it's you'll get that one shot and it just doesn't come out right, so you got to make another trip over. And then with reservations right now, when you guys are going, make sure you're booking reservations, because if you think you're going to come in and walk into the park, that ain't going to happen. So you want to make sure you get online, you book that, go to disney.com, disneygo.com, and then you go in, book reservations. And I usually go to, for me, being an annual pass holder, we just go to rate how it works. So check availability. It doesn't really work when you're a pass holder because you're blacked out of certain dates and stuff like that. The pass holders, they kind of push them out a little bit. So if you're paying cash and carry, you'll see open dates and you're like, oh good, I can book it. And then you go in there to push in you're an annual pass guy, and it's not available. So I don't know how that really works and stuff like that, but that's not really right, but it happens. So it is what it is. You have to just make sure you book your reservations right now with the holiday, that was booked out. You can get online and watch it from week to week because you're going to notice the reservations will book up quick. So if you notice the gray spot starting to take over all the yellow and the green, jump on a day. If you're not sure, at least jump on it, book it out. So that's what we do. That way we just cover all grounds. And then at certain times we like to take a little time to chill and just head on into the resort. So that's what we're doing today,
Or
actually.
even the water parks.
Yep. Hey. Yeah, we haven't really used a lot of the water parks, so we have the, you know, it's on our annual passes and stuff, so we're starting to use that more. Today we're excited, there's the Coco Cart. We're excited to get over there today, and they closed it all down, so now we're not getting over there. So we get to enjoy some outside, and we're just winging it today, so this is kind of a little out of where we're gonna be, but
It's more of a chill time.
we don't want to spread misinformation, so we've got the actual route there planned out. So you're going to take that from the junction, you're going to go up to Caribbean Beach, you're going to take that junction there, and you're going to jump on, and this will take you right over to the Hollywood Studios. And if you decide you want a bus, they've increased this by tenfold. It's crazy how many these little terminals, these little overhang things out there, little roofs. There are so many of them. When I used to come down, wow, this stuff was never here. You used to be able to walk right from the parking lot here straight on over, but now it's all, you're walking around, or you're taking the Skyliner in here.
What is that one for?
It's nice though. It's nice. I can't say it's bad. It's nice. Tower of Terror over there.
This is the one that.
And there's your boat. This is what we're gonna try to get on, and I don't believe we're gonna make this boat here. So we're gonna be hanging out for a few minutes, guys. And we were talking earlier about the waterway, and this is the waterway coming up right here. So this is where we're gonna be going down here, and it's a real pretty shot. So we're gonna take that for you. So we'll see you guys in a few minutes.